Welcome back to Excel for Economics. We're going to be looking at more random numbers. This will be looking at other distributions that are available in Excel. So we might want to look at the normal distribution, chi-square, t, or f. And these are simply using the norm for the normal, and INV for inverting the probability being between 0 and 1, and then setting a mean and variance for the norm. So we do norm on INV. We want a probability between 0 and 1, which rand will give us a random probability. Our mean we want to be 0, and our standard deviation to be 1. This will give us a standard normal distribution. And here we want to drag this all the way down to the bottom. And this will give us a graph of this distribution, the normal distribution. Note that it's an approximation. If we had an infinite, then it would smooth out even more. If we hit F9 on our keyboard, or if we do any operation, it'll recalculate every single time. So the rand operator is continuously working and updating at all times. If we want chi-square in, and we want the probability, so that's A9, and we have the degrees of freedom, because this tells us how long the right tail is. So if we give it 4, and then we can generate the distribution. And as we can see, this distribution, because it's a squared, it's going to be greater than 0, and then it's going to have a long tail out to the right. T distribution should be symmetric. T.inv, A9, and then 4 degrees of freedom again, because we want this thing to have fairly thick tails in comparison to the normal distribution. And it does have somewhat thick tails, the gray versus the blue. F distribution, E9. Our first degree of freedom will put us 4. Second one will put us 7. This will make sure that it at least has some kind of long tail, and it's going to have a longer tail, and it's also going to be strictly positive, because the F distribution is a chi-square over a chi-square at its core, at its kernel. So both of these are positive, so it's going to extend out to the right and be positive, strictly positive. Okay, so that's looking at different types of distributions. We can see that some are centered at 0 and some are centered at to the right of 0. Great, we'll see you in the next video.